rolling out of Pennsylvania's run. Grease and sparkling, old rhymes, hard and tune, ringing classics back to jingle. TR6 and Spitfire roll, every bolt another story. Bring repair, he'll restore it and sweat the daily glory. Lost bits garage the name, engine roars and metal flames, turning rust into the bay with every beat.
If you remember back in last video, I was talking about, maybe a video or two ago, I was talking about making these into a rotisserie. This is a Vevor engine stand. I picked this up secondhand for, I think I paid 75 bucks for it. Guy used it once. If you're going to make a rotisserie, and if you need an engine stand, I would suggest get one of these, because the upright just bolts on. I flipped it around and it did lean it forward, okay, but it was like 10, if I'm not mistaken. Ouch, just hit my elbow up. About 12 to 15 degrees off of level. So I thought maybe I could shim the front 2 bolts, get it to lean back, which I probably still can do. I didn't do it. So, but what I did is I took, and see if I can get you down here to show you, lift this up without killing myself. I put spacer in between the leg and the caster. So that brought it back up to, close to level. Let me pull that out of there, and we'll get my degree, set it on there, wait for it to quit bouncing. And it's like about 3 degrees off. So if I shim that, then I could probably get that out of there. But then I was thinking that this neck for it has enough slop in it that, I mean, it moves. Let me hold everything steady. You see that moving? I think that would be just enough. And then plus, you want it to where it will spin. I'll grease this up in here. I'll grease that, and that'll help. But let's look at I didn't even look at this yet. Let's look at the face of this plate. Put it right there. Yep. 3 degrees. So I think that's close enough. I will have to I will probably flip these arms to this side. That'll give me more reach. And then when I build the bracket, you can adjust with these. You can adjust up and down to where you get the center line of the frame and the center line of the engine stand. And we'll do the same with the other side. But that side, like I said, I'll probably have to cut in the upright. And then I was looking at center line, because whenever you got the frame on there, you go to turn it, you don't want it to strike the bottom side of the lift. So let me see, I cannot remember what the measurement was. It was, we were good, like 4 or 5 inches. So how am I gonna, how did I do that? That's right, I went this way. So we'll go to the top of the engine stand to about the middle, which is 28 inches. We'll call it 28. Don't need to be precise. I'm not that anal retentive. But we'll go to the middle of the, between the frame rails, the t-shirt, and 28 inches, about 4 inches further out. So I think we'll be good. I haven't measured this this one in height, but we will have to measure from here. That is about 25 and a quarter. So I think we'll be good. Put that back at the center. Yeah, I think we'll be good with it pivoting. So you can get full rotation of the frame as you spin it. So that's cool. But before I can do anything, I have to do that engine stand, and then it will be just dedicated. I mean, you could probably still use it as an engine stand. Like I said, the brackets I'm building are going to bolt to these so that you can still utilize the engine stand instead of just trashing an engine stand to make a rotisserie, unless you're going to do this all the time. But, yep. So I'm kind of happy with that. So let's look at this engine stand to see if I can get away with anything. Well, it is bolted in here, that upright. This is another section that goes in here and bolts. I'm kind of wondering if I could pull that apart, spin it too. I don't even know what the degree is on here. Let me grab my degree wheel and we'll see where we are. Eye is back. Put that in there. That's like 4 degrees. So yeah, I'm almost. I wonder if. Oh, excuse me. Okay, how can we get the degree angle of this? See, that's still showing 2 or 3 degrees, but at 90. So I wonder if I flip that. Like I said, spin that. A couple degrees ain't gonna be bad at all to fight with. Plus, like I said, this has, look at that slop in it. You can see it more on this one because it's older. I think we can get away with that. I think I might try that. But I still need to run into town to get the metal and get that parts to build that compressor. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a break and make a run into town. I got to get some groceries and a couple other things, and try to get hold of my boy to see if I can get hold of that metal, because I would love to get started on making this rotisserie, because it would make life a lot simpler and cheap. Like I said, I got this one for 75 bucks. Only used once, and the guy even brought it halfway to me. The other one I picked up on Facebook Marketplace. It was about 10 miles away for 45 bucks. So and with the metal to make the brackets and stuff, I'm getting that for free. So and it's just a little bit of time, fabrication, some welding, get some bolts, which I should get some hardware, and just get started on it. So it might be a second for you, but in the hours, maybe even tomorrow for me.
The next day.
Now I'm back out in the garage. I had an appointment with the wife this morning. Didn't get to my mother's until about 11:30. Stayed there till about 3:30. Attended to her. My boy came home so I could leave, which was good. He got home early. So I came home and I jumped out here in the garage. Started working on the rotisserie using the 2 engine stands. Let me turn you around and show you. You know, my son had an old utility trailer that rotted up, wasn't usable, so he cut it up and he said I could have the metal. It's not the greatest, but it's going to work. So I hacked that pieces out of it, and I used some of the U-channel, and what do you know, it slipped right inside the frame. It goes right up to here, which there's a support inside, so it goes right up against it. And then there's a screw hole already in the frame. So I had the right size bolts. I slipped them in, tightened them down, keep them in place. Then I measured off the frame out 2 3/4 inches, both sides. Then I cut this section, and I made it just a hair longer, just so I had a place to weld all the way around. And I'm at the point right now to where I marked it on here, to where I'm going to take the grinder and I'm going to clean up both. I clean this up kind of, but I'm going to clean up both that face and get it to the point to where she's ready to weld. And then I'll figure out how I'm going to make my mounts to mount it to the engine bolts. I got to get some hardware. I don't have long enough, but I'm going to flip these to this side, and then I may not even have to do that. I don't even think I'll have to, because this sticks out further than this bolt. So we'll see. But either way, I'll be figuring out how to go about mounting that to this plate. I may take another plate and weld the bolt heads to it, and then weld it to there, and then the bolts will just slip through this direction, and you can use nuts and bolts and, you know, nut lock washers. And the thing why I want to do that is because if those are even, get them even, you can say it's locked in place. I'll try and hold it in place. Say it's locked in place to the frame, and you want to raise the frame, the bolts will stay in the same pitch. See what I'm saying? They'll slide. They slide in these slots, so it'll stay in the same pitch, so that you can lower it, raise it to where you get your center of gravity through the center of the frame. So yeah, it's a work in progress. I'll keep updating you. But as of right now, the wife just called me and said it's dinner time. And I've been at it all day. I don't even know what time it is, but it's probably 5 o'clock or so. But I'm going to give up for tonight, get back at it tomorrow. Tomorrow's not going to be as hectic of a day. I'll go over, tend to my mother, come back, and I can play around here. So I'll see you then.
The next day.
Okay. So now we want pull that out of the frame and lock it in.
Sunday morning on the gravel drive, with coffee in hand, feeling alive. Rusty frame sitting there in the mist, dreaming of the highway I just can't resist. Breaker bar in my greasy grip, loosen them bolts, they groan and slip. Pieces scattered like a puzzle untamed, bringing life back to that Triumph frame. Grinding down scars, welding in hope, turning back time with each measured stroke. A love story told with sparks and steel, restoring a dream, making it real. The garage fills with that metal song, every connection making it strong. Years of road dust and time's embrace wiped away, leaving a brand new face. Torch in my hand, patience my guide. Each weld glows before I set it aside. Binding memories into every scene, building a future from a worn out dream.
That blow. We'll get it pretty close to same distance in and lock her back down. All right. All right. Now, I gotta figure out, see, I think she'll hold, not the greatest welds, but That ain't no hold, just for what we're doing. Good enough with the girls I go with. But now I forgot my hardware. What I decided I'm going to do is I'm going to get a steel plate, which I have over here somewhere, some thick steel, and I'm going to weld the nuts. When I get them, I'm going to weld the nuts to that plate. That will match up with that mount, and then just run the bolts through into the nuts to lock it in place, you know. And then whenever, if you need to adjust anything, you can loosen them off just a little bit. All four, you know, the four that go through here, go through those, and then you can loosen these off a bit to where you can move them in and out, up and down, whatever. I'm thinking I'm going to mount it. I'm going to bring these halfway, 50% of the slot. So at least I got 50% that I can go that way with both sides, or this way. But we'll measure once we get everything together. We'll measure, find exactly the center of. I should measure the center of the frame. That's what I should do. It's right down the center, and then mark it so I know that's center of the frame, because I don't know how well. I just eyeballed it. I didn't throw measuring tape on that end, how far over. But we'll find center of the frame, at least close. Plate, weld the nuts to it, and then weld that plate to this and go from there.
1 hour later.
You know, got a little bit more stripped off. I did take that crossbar out, got the rack off. What a pain in the rear that was. I nicked this plate here. No big deal. I could feel that would weld. And because the clamp that holds the rack down, this bolt rounded off. The other ones came off no issue. So I had to cut the bolt, the U-bolt. But I'm going to replace those anyways with new nuts, washers, etc. I got the front skid plate off, which is right there with the sway bar connects to it. Got that off so I can get to the frame, because I am going to be making plate that will reach back here. It'll bolt here, that goes all the way through. Then there's a couple more like here and here. So that's how I'm going to mount that with some of the angle iron, that stuff. We got a bunch of it. I'm just going to stretch it out past the front part of the frame, probably out to here somewhere, and bolt them on. Make another crossbar, weld that in place, and then I need to get heavier metal to attach these two, because I'm going to weld these nuts to it, and it's going to get welded to that plate just like the back. But we're getting there. I still need to tear this side completely off, so that would probably be a project for this weekend. But we're moving ahead, getting there. I can't wait to get this thing in the air so I can start working on it. It'd be a lot easier for me being able to spin it, move it. And then if I need to, I can always brace it some way. I ought to start cutting these out, but I want to make a locking bracket that goes from here to there, just to keep this from, I don't see this gonna move at all. I don't see that happening, but I gotta order the t-shirt for the bottom, get that on its way. These trailing arm pieces, they were supposed to be here Wednesday. Nope, driver decided not to drop them off. It says did not attempt to deliver. Then they said tomorrow, by the end of the day. Nope, driver decided not to deliver. No attempt to deliver. Today's Friday. First it said you'll have it by 2:40 p.m. Now that's long gone. And now they're saying by the end of the day. We'll see. I ain't holding my damn breath. FedEx, you guys are pieces of shit. I just dove into it off camera. Just needed to get it done. But I did grab a steel plate that I had. It's a little odd shaped, but I was able to weld those nuts to it. Not the prettiest welds, but they'll hold. And I'm going to take, excuse me, and weld just some tacks, like here, along the top, in about 3 or 4 spots, just to make sure it's secure. And then whenever I get it in the air and I can flip it over, I'm gonna weld along this side and here. I already cleaned all that section up to get in there, but found center of the frame, center of the mount to the center of the frame. And if you look, it's like that hole in the top of that crossbar. I measured from side to side, that's center. Then I measured from the frame, and that's center, that hole on top, and that little black plug. And if you eyeball straight down, let me move back, maybe get that all in frame, I don't know, that it's shooting right down the center of the frame. So we're good. Now I just need to weld her in place. There we go. I still got to hit, I like to hit underneath here, just this edge, but we got her pretty much burned in. That's my best one. All the rest are booger welds. Hey, they'll hold. Yeah, there we go. One end in the air. She's holding, leaning a little forward, but hey, that's just the way it's going to be. Once I get that end done, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to get her up in the air and spinning. And then, FedEx, you guys suck. I got a buddy of mine in Clarion. He's a good driver. He pays attention to what he's doing. But the guys from Hermitage, Pennsylvania, down by Sharon, you guys are morons. All of you. Every one of you. I tried to call down there because I've been waiting on these parts. Got both sides that have been at their, it was delivered at their facility on Wednesday afternoon. On the truck Thursday morning, not delivered. Driver did not attempt to deliver. So they took it back. Friday, put it on the truck. Driver did not attempt to deliver. Saturday, today, they put on the truck. Said it'd be here by 2 o'clock. Nope. It says package delayed. We'll let you know whenever we start shipping it. It's bullshit. So I called them. Yeah, I filed a complaint. And they said they filed a for a claim because the parts not being those not being delivered, package not being delivered. So I got to wait till Monday to see what they have to say. If it takes 48 hours for them to go through it all, what a bunch of bullshit. I got food on me, but I can't see how these guys can be in business. I've had problems with FedEx in the past, and it wasn't I should have told the guy to ship at UPS, because I've never really had an issue with UPS. But FedEx, you guys are dipshits. Just that simple. But around here, from Hermitage, Pennsylvania, okay, I'm done ranting, but I'm going to get started on this front end. I did have the spit out because I want to tune the carburetor. I got the jet kit for it, but it rained earlier, so I started on this. Then it quit raining, so and then my daughter-in-law or stepdaughter shows up, parks in the way. Now it's raining again. So I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to rain into tomorrow. I need to get this put back into the carport. So maybe I'll do that. Well, we got this made. It's not in place yet, but what I did is I took some of that angle on that U-channel. I cut a section out, and I have it butted up flat all the way back. And I have it to where it butts up against this bracket, which goes down there. I did that on this side already. And what I'm doing right now is I'm setting up to drill these holes. This hole, and then there's one back there, which I already got the mark where I need to drill, which I'm going to drill just a little bigger, so I got a little bit of wiggle room. But that's what I am doing right now. Got the right size bit, just the right size bit, and just run it a little bit just to put a mark on this middle. And now let's see if I got those marks. It's just going to fall because it's clamped on. Yes, I do. 3 marks. So now we'll take them over to the vise or the bench or something or another and draw them out. We got it drilled. The holes are just a hair bigger, so there is some play. But because these are 7/16 and I went to 1/2 inch. But there's only these bolts I have are used. They're not enough thread. They're not long enough to tighten it down. But we did get that far. And then I'm going to take this piece, just like the other end, in it will be maybe, oh, that's why, that's in the way. So we'll flip it around this way. And that will be welded on like that. And then the bracket will be bolted on to a plate that I have over there, just like I have here. So we're almost done. I still need to pull that whole side off.
The next day.
I've been at it for a while. Got this whole side busted down. I clamped those brackets in place since I don't have any bolts that will work, just so I can get this tacked. And I got a couple tacks down the sides and on top on both sides. What I'm going to do now is pull those bolts out and take the clamps off, and take this bracket that I'm making off, and I'll probably just do it right here. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to burn that in to get it in place to where it ain't going to move. And I'm going to start working on mounting the engine stand to the front, make that bracket. I'm hoping to get this done for today, by the end of the day, but we'll see. It's freaking raining. Been raining all day. I got up about 5:30. Been raining, hasn't stopped. We did get one package in, not my parts, not my stepdaughter's parts, but she ordered a part from Walmart. It showed up. So why can they make their deliveries and FedEx can't? Well, I done got this all welded up. The bolt or the nuts welded to the plate, all lined. Only problem I found was I was working at Markin Center, and this is what I found out. Look at that. And I'm not even touching that part, but I'm sitting flat on the plate here. Look at that. So there it's touching the top. But we are pretty good this way. So I don't know what to do about that. You really can't see where it bent, how it bent. The plate's not bent. I wonder if they just welded it fucked up. But it is what it is. It's just going to have to do. But I'm going to get the bracket off the front of the car, get it over here to get it burned in, and get it all mounted up. Got them burned in. Yeah, booger welds. No holes. Yeah, we got her burned in a little bit here and there. That's an ugly weld. That's not too bad. But she's together, centered up. Now we're going to pull the clamps off and mount it on the car. But hey, check this crap out. Yeah, FedEx finally decided to show up. Well, the driver said that the Hermitage Yard is in trouble. They have over 50,000 packages that they're behind. Yeah, because you guys are lazy. But at least we got it. I'm going to crack these open and see what they are looking like. Let's see. I don't want to show you any addresses because there is some crazy fuckers out there. Let's see. I got these from a guy on one of the Facebook groups. Said he has a pair sitting around on a shelf he's never going to use. And he'd sell them to me. And they are exactly what we are needing. Just put it over here out of the way. Get rid of this freaking junk box. Now there's mess all over the damn place. Yeah. These are not a two-piece like a lot of them that I know of. Don't look like that's welded in, so let's see. No, I don't know. I don't see any welds with this section, and yeah, so that should come out. Yeah, those should come out. That's but we are good to move ahead. Okay, got them out. That's kind of what you're looking at on the inside. Those are for the bolt support, but they are good to go. Probably need a little trimming, but yeah, they are just a touch long, but we can handle that. So now back to this rotisserie. She is hanging. I still need to do some adjusting. As you can see, those wheels are off the ground in the back. So I'm kind of, I forgot, I should be able to swap this around backwards. I don't know, but it's on there. Let's see. This will be the first try of getting her to spin. Let me, if it all goes bad, it goes bad. If you, but I think once I get that front adjusted correctly, it'll do good. So I'm going to get some stuff out from under and out of the way. And here we go. Let's see. I'm going to put that, well, maybe I'll hold on to it. The other side is free. Look at that. Lifting the front of these legs on this one. Look at that. I don't see any hole here, but Maybe get the pin in the front. No hole there either. But there you go. That is a success. So I'm going to take you off your perch. And this is the first time I've seen the bottom side of it. So we're going to look her over. Need some needle scaling. Cleaning up to see if there's any cracks. I'm going to reinforce these. So, but yeah. She's definitely, that t-shirt's definitely shot. We will find out more what the frame's like underneath once we get that off. Get these out. Both sides. A little bit of damage here. We can patch that. Looks like it's dented in right here. Looks like that's where they put a jack at one time. The other side looks pretty good. I think we did good with this frame. I'm happy. I really don't see much damage. Really look it over real good here later. But there you go. Frame rotisserie out of 2 engine stands. It can be done. So don't be afraid to do it. What I'll probably do, it's like I said, I'll probably switch this around because you can see that the wheels are up on the front of the other side. So something's out of kilter, but it can be done. There we go. Now that I got the parts that I need to take care of this frame, get them welded in, I still need to, I keep forgetting to order the t-shirt. I'll get that ordered, get it in as soon as I can. But it's the last thing anyways that goes on, so we can always get those outrigger part of the frames for the A-arms in, clean her all up. Buddy of mine has a sandblaster. I'll probably be borrowing that, or he said may even sell it to you. So, but we'll see. Because I want to blast this whole frame and then give it a coating of probably some like bed liner or some sort of coating that help it out. This is a budget build, so a lot of the parts are going to be getting reused. What needs to be replaced will get replaced. You know, like brake lines, brake shoes, everything, you know, and body mounts. Heck, the body mounts, I don't have the aluminum spacers, but you can make the body mounts out of sidewalls of tires. So I'll probably do that. And I don't have the spacers, but on the TR6 that's together that we're pulling the body off of, I'll get them from there. Any parts that I need that are still good on it are going to go on here. So it's kind of a juggling act. I have been debating on, while I'm working on this frame, maybe get that body ready to lift off. And I can get it set off to the side and I can steal parts from it to put on this frame. Because once this frame's done, it's going right underneath the car. We'll see. Things can change. But yeah, I got a bunch of parts I got to clean up. I got to get stashed away, out of my way, so I'm not tripping over. Got a little bit more work to do on this homemade rotisserie. Oh, I do see there's a crack there. patchwork. It's going to take a little bit of time to get this to the point to where it's usable. There's another weak spot hole right there too, so that'll be getting patched. Yeah, this is, I'll be finding a lot more to it once I start diving into it. The bracing kits for the differential, I'm going to see how much they are, and if they are too much, I'm going to make my own. So is do what you can. Like I said, this is a budget build. As of right now, I got $2,000 in the car. I got a valve cover gasket. I can't remember the price of it. It wasn't much. Spider hanging there. Get out of here. But I bought that. The frame parts. That was just over $200 shipped, which FedEx has been screwing around with me. I should get some sort of reimbursement because of their BS. But we'll see. I can't remember what else I bought for it as of right now. I don't have really much into it. Maybe $2,200. We'll see. I'm trying to keep this at the point to where I'm shooting for under $5,000. And I think it can be done. We'll find out. But, hey guys, I appreciate you guys. We're going to get out of here. This video is taking a little time to make. A few days, just constantly. And getting out here after taking care of my mother and etc. But I appreciate you guys. If you could, if you like this stuff, subscribe. It'll help the channel out immensely. Give it a big thumbs up. Leave a comment. I try to reply to all my comments. Share it out on social media, because the more the YouTube algorithm sees that this video is being viewed, the more they can push it out to other people. But give me a big thumbs up and not the finger. We'll see you on the next one. Hey, check this video out. You might like it. I don't know. See you next time. Peace.